Welcome back, everybody, to the weekly members podcast. We've got some wonderful, familiar faces here. We got Christy and Ben, and then we've got John here with us again, who I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of, for better or for worse.
Better, all better, always better.
Woo! So good to see everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Got 4 different states represented here, which I like.
You don't even say anything about me. You don't even say anything about me. You say Christy, Ben, John, and then
my thing was
wow.
I forgot. Wow. I didn't honestly. I didn't know if you were going to be on, to be honest.
Oh no, I'm always on, buddy. I'm always on.
All right,
I'm always on.
He's on one for sure.
I might have to push some things over to you, because of my mental state currently after the last NBA pod. I am unwell for sure.
Fair enough.
But that's fine. It'll lead me right into we'll start. I want to talk a little bit about baseball. There's a couple of different things I want to talk about with baseball as we're getting really close to the season end baseball classic. First, we're talking about those weirdos, the Philadelphia Phillies, the ones that are there and the ones that aren't there.
Okay.
So why does Zach Wheeler, after having surgery, keep the rib that was removed from his body with him and in his house?
Badge of honor, buddy.
That's a cool thing. I would do the same thing, I think.
Yeah,
you're
right.
You do the same thing. I'd wear it around my neck.
You didn't get it by wrestling a bear and saving 3 newborn children. You had surgery for something that was like a disformity in your body.
Like it could have been life-threatening
to him.
It's inspiration.
Like it was life-threatening. It's like, it's like running out of a burning house by yourself because you're the one that set the fire because you don't know how to work a stove. You don't win. By going back and rescuing the cat, you don't win. It's that you almost really lost.
Yeah, he gave himself a blood clot that had to be operated on. Yeah, he did that himself. Like he punched himself so hard all the time that he had surgery and then he was like, you know what? Because I'm an idiot, I'm going to keep my rib. Like, what do you, man, you're just a hater of Philadelphia. Like, that's all it is. That's all it is.
I didn't say I didn't hate that take. I mean, the next one I'm about to say I like even more. Nikki C, man, the way that Nikki C went out, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Said that he just pulled up, after having his family in the stands and he got pulled from the game. Just, you know what? I'm going to walk back into the dugout, get me a Presidente, which I will tell you, if nobody has had a Presidente before, is an Mexican Dominican beer. Went there for my 20th anniversary last year to the Dominican, and they call it Dominican water. They won't allow you to call it Presidente, but that's all they serve, and it comes almost out of the taps, which is actually cleaner than what comes out of the taps. But the fact that he did that and just kind of sat there, I mentioned on the pod on the previous pod about how Jonathan Kuminga kind of left the Warriors. It was a little bit petty on both sides, and I think it was around the same kind of shenanigans in Philly. There's some things he probably shouldn't have done, and there's some things that they probably should have just let go in the interest of a professional athlete.
I was gonna say I think drinking in the duck. I mean, it's a beer. It's not that. I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be quite honest. I mean, Jim Leland used to sit there and just rip heaters the whole time, and nobody.
It used to be commonplace to have people just ripping darts and having so much the whole thing looked like it was just a mud pit because of all the dip spit in there. So I mean, it's not like it wasn't halfway towards being a strip club anyways in every dugout. So I don't think it's that big a deal. But the fact that they made it to be a thing.
Surprisingly, because I saw a lot of Philly media kind of giving a little crap towards him too for it. I'm just like, it's not like he was in there getting hammered. Like, stop! It's a beer.
Yeah,
and here's the thing.
He didn't chug it and then smash the bottle.
It's not even. It wasn't out of control.
But he
acted
previously.
He acted like a little baby, right? He acted like a little baby.
Yeah.
Because he got taken out of the game. He got taken out of the game for defensive substitution, which, let's be honest, any manager in their right mind would take Castellanos out with a 1-run lead in the 8th inning because of defensive substitution. Like, he's a horrible defender. Defender. And I get it that he's in his hometown in front of family and friends, but at the same time, you suck defensively. So, it was the right move to make. Anybody that's a manager would have made that same move. So for you to throw a tantrum and then come back into the dugout after having choice words with Thompson and drink a beer, Like, if you were drinking a beer in the dugout all season, all right, no harm, no foul. But you specifically choose that moment to come back into the dugout, drink a beer, and sit right next to Topper. Like, come on,
petty.
man. Like, that's
it's
a little
petty,
petty.
but
that's beyond petty. You know what I mean? Like, I think the writing was on the wall at that point. Like, all right. And then Topper had no choice but the next game to sit you and technically suspend you a game, and your consecutive game streak got snapped. So it was bad blood. It was bad blood from that point on. But I think if in true Philadelphia media fashion, blow it out of proportion, make it something that it's not. Because when the '93 team was drinking 30 packs in the dugout and smoking cartons of cigars, nobody gave a shit because they were
sleeping
going
outside
to the World
vet.
Series. Yeah. So
and that's
it's amazing
that's
how
what I
times
wanted
have
to
changed.
point out. I was waiting for you to say that, Kyle. I was going to ask you to say it if you didn't say it. That something that happens in the Philadelphia media. I think if we probably had more representatives from diehard all like New York teams, I think we'd probably see something similar. But when you've got the stars out there, the second you do something wrong, they start to just kind of just bury them. Like Jalen Hurts talk all the time. So I think that's all a piece of it.
Speaking of Jalen Hurts, did you guys see that thing that just came out? He was voted the most hated player in the NFL. The most
interesting. Wow.
The most hated
by the players.
I believe so. I think so.
It don't matter. He's hated by everybody. It don't matter.
I don't hate Jalen. I mean,
I don't hate him.
I don't hate him. People
I like him.
Jalen Hurts.
Like,
I don't think there's anything to hate.
Everybody
there's
except
nothing to hate. I mean, he does come off as arrogant, but at the same time, it's like outside of the football field, he does everything perfect. You have nothing to complain about, but obviously some people do.
Hey, some people hate LeBron for the way that he is, but
Yep.
Nah.
I'm not trying
as they should.
Yeah, I was gonna say rightfully so.
As they should.
So when you said you were going to lead off with Philly talk, I thought for sure you were going to touch on the Harper Dombrowski fiasco and that train wreck.
Yeah, that was going to be the last thing. I didn't do it in order because I was going to talk about the World Baseball Classic and the fact that I think the Dominican Republic, like what Christy said, is going to absolutely dominate. That was going to be like my segue into the World Baseball Classic. So we'll get to it in a minute. But yeah, I don't know why Dombrowski would need to say that. There are some people that just don't need to be in front of a camera. I also don't see why Bryce Harper has any feelings towards it. Like you sound like LeBron. He sounds like LeBron.
Yeah, he just keeps whining. He just keeps bringing it up, and that keeps giving it attention. It's like if you just shut up, it would go away.
It wasn't going to get as much attention after Dombrowski said it. It was going to get some, but with no reaction, it was going to die off pretty quick. But right here on the cusp of opening day, you've got Harper saying, that's weird how he says that. And then his interpretation, his little couple of words he said, what's interesting how he said what Dombrowski said. And
he said wild. Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, he didn't say he hated it, but it took like 30 minutes before it was
he could have easily just kind of squashed the whole thing and look, just appease the media and be like, yeah, Dave and I talked. Everything's good. It was blown out of proportion. He's right. I didn't have a good season. It is what it is. I'm ready to perform this year. Boom. End of conversation. You knew you were going to get asked first day of training, like spring training. You knew you were going to get asked that. So he could have squashed it, but instead, he didn't squash it with the Philadelphia media. And then he goes on the Barstool guys, their podcast, and starts talking about it. So now it's being blown out to this big thing. And now, and I don't want to steal Ben's thunder, but now there's rumors. Could they possibly trade Bryce Harper before opening day because of all this drama? And I'm here to set the record straight. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. Dombrowski's going to apologize in the form of a contract extension. That's what he's going to do. And then he's going to overpay for something that he doesn't need to overpay for in true Dombrowski fashion. And we're going to pay for past performances, just like we did for JT, just like we did for Schwarber. Because Schwarber's never going to hit 56 home runs again. But hey, congrats, you're a softball legend. We're going to give you $150 million so you don't go to the Mets. That's basically what it is. And then they got played by Bichette in the offseason. It's just you can't think of a worse offseason for the Philadelphia Phillies than what they've had. than what they've had. And I know, yeah, we re-signed Schwarber. Great. He was the greatest free agent DH out there. He was the only free agent DH out there. So, like, yeah, you re-signed him. You re-signed your own guy for top dollar. Congrats. Then you didn't get Bichette, so you had to grovel and go back and beg JT to sign at top dollar, and you overpaid for him to basically say, well, my first girlfriend turned me down. Do you still want to go to the dance with me? And JT's like, sure, I'll do that. I'll take my money and run. It's just a joke. And then they let Bader go. And here we are as Philadelphia fans going, I wish they would have kept Harrison Bader. Like, that's how bad the offseason is. We wish that we would have kept Harrison freaking Bader. Like, that's how bad our offseason is. So, and they're still projected to win 90 games. I don't get it. I have no idea how this team's going to do that. They're not built for October, so we know what we're going to get. But, it's going to be a fun, long summer.
But they got young talent coming up from the minors. Justin Crawford and Aiden Miller leading them to the promised land, as well as my fantasy baseball team. Let's go, boys.
You still have Alec Bohm batting fourth as of right now. So what team are you scared of that has Alec Bohm batting fourth? Silence speaks wonders. There you go. Silence speaks wonders.
I appreciate you turning my mood instantly around. Now, what did it cost me? What did it cost us? Your mood, obviously, but I appreciate the flipping that switch. I appreciate that. I feel so much better than I did 10 minutes ago.
Good.
Let's go Braves.
So, contract extension, though. Didn't he sign like a 12-year deal? Doesn't he have like 8 years left or something like that?
So Harper has 6 years left on his deal. He signed a 13-year deal. And look, he wants more money, so they'll redo his contract in some capacity to give him more guaranteed money. It'll probably still end up being a 6-year deal, but they'll give him more money to appease him, and that'll be Dombrowski's way of apologizing. And if Dombrowski doesn't do that, Dombrowski's probably out in like a year. So kind of is what it is. And I wouldn't be surprised if he said that based on what Middleton told him to do. Middleton probably was like, we're paying you top dollar. This team didn't achieve what they were supposed to achieve. Let's light a fire under the leader.
How about they just take that money and go replace Ranger Suarez, who they lost? Because, I mean, we talked about Zach Wheeler. What's he going to be when he comes back? I mean, I think he's using that rib as like you said, Kyle, a badge of honor. But I think it's also motivation. Like, you don't know, like, what he went through medically. He could have been, like, possibly looking at retirement with blood clots. You hear that with a lot of players.
It's close.
Well, according to Paul, he did it himself. So,
Yeah. So I don't know where he's at mentally, but I love that he kept that as a souvenir. We're going to call that gain and not lame. Zach Wheeler's rib that he holds on to.
Gain.
Gain and lame was already done.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
I agree. I think it's a gain, for sure. But again,
Paul, how much would you spend on Zach Wheeler's rib?
I was just going to ask that, Ben.
What's the drop dead price?
To keep it out of a Philly house, I'd probably more than I'd overpay, just like Dombrowski is going to apparently.
I like it.
Just to keep it out of
I did see Casty's brother-in-law was selling some of his locker room gear on Facebook Marketplace yesterday. I saw that.
Yeah.
$40 T-shirts. They were selling Liam's jerseys that he had in his dad's locker and stuff.
Yeah, how
$40, $20. That's sad.
We love
Nobody wants that stuff anyways.
Yeah, we love.
Hey,
Liam.
cousin Nick.
We hated his dad.
Hey, cousin Nick. You want to slide me a couple of bennies? How about?
yeah. Here, see if you can sell these shorts.
Presidente.
Yeah.
Ass sweat all over him.
So
I like that he went to the Padres though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was a good move for him
this week. Who did they just get this week? Who got cut? The Padres just cut somebody else.
Yeah, I saw that too. I just literally saw it today, and I can't think of his name. Picture the face though.
Yeah. Somebody else notable. I can't.
It was probably somebody on my fantasy baseball team, because I got decimated with everybody going to the American League. So.
Yeah, Yu Darvish? Was it Yu Darvish? There's been talk about him not playing anymore.
There's been talk about him not playing now for like 10 years, it seems like.
But he just keeps on going. By the way, where's Zach Wheeler at rehab wise? Is he going to be ready for the season or no?
So they're saying probably middle of April. He's throwing. He's been throwing.
Yeah, he looked good throwing.
In long toss, like he's up to like 120 feet. He hasn't pitched off the mound yet, but that's supposed to be coming by this weekend. So everything, it's from what they said, everything's ahead of schedule with where he's at. So they're saying by like the middle of April. So
you got to think Painter's going to start the year in the rotation. He has to, right? I feel like he's been a prospect for like a decade now.
Yep. And he's only 21 or 22. So like he's not like he's that old, but like Painter will start in the rotation, and don't forget we got lovable Taijuan Walker that'll fill in too. So we still kept him. We let Ranger Suarez go, but we kept Taijuan Walker.
Oh man. Nothing better than a 4.5 ERA at the bottom of your rotation just to eat innings.
$18 million a year. $18 million. It's amazing. $18 million to Taijuan Walker and $20 million to Castellanos may be two of the worst baseball signings ever.
So Sanchez is the ace. Who's the number 2?
Nola.
Before Wheeler gets back. Oh, yeah, Nola. Forgot about him.
As long as he doesn't get injured pitching for Team Italy in the World Baseball Classic. There's your segue, Paul.
Does Italy have a team in the WBC?
Yeah, it's Aaron Nola and I don't know who else, but it's like one other person. They're gonna be playing like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, that's
they throw, they hit, they do everything themselves.
So, what are you looking forward in that, Christy? I know obviously it looks like Dominicans kind of on paper is going to dominate.
I mean, I think it's going to be fun to see between the Dominican, the Japanese, and the American team. Those three obviously are the big three in the tournament this year. That Dominican roster, man, she's a good roster. That's going to be fun to watch that team play. But the American roster is no slouch either, and neither is the Japanese roster. I feel like the Puerto Rican roster isn't totally terrible. I think it's going to be fun to watch this year. I hope a lot more people get involved into it and watching it. I don't want to give a lot of life to baseball this year and then we don't get baseball next year and things happen because all these contracts have gotten so huge. But
it's going to happen.
I want to see baseball get a good upswing and people caring again. So I'm hoping this will help it.
If we get more moments like Ohtani versus Trout to end the game, you absolutely will.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you might get Ohtani versus Roaz. That's what you might get this year since he made the Dominican team. Johan Roaz is on the Dominican team, and Trey Turner and Mike Trout are not on the American team. So here we go.
Wow.
It truly is a World Baseball Classic. Yep.
Well, and the U.S. roster is already been, it's not going to say decimated, but it's already losing players to this hand bone that I didn't even know existed until about 2 months ago. Now everybody's broken it, that hamate or whatever they call it. I don't know what that is in the hand.
Yeah. It was crazy last week. On the same day, the same injury to 3 different players, Francisco Lindor, Corbin Carroll, and who was the third? Jackson Holiday. Holiday.
Yeah.
So three studs in question for opening day already.
Yeah, and nobody's really talked about like what caused it. Like, you know where the Tommy John surgery comes from and all that stuff with stretching the UCL and all that. I don't understand this hand thing. I would think
to be that
most things in a hand would be from getting hit. Is it from getting hit or is it the bottom of the barrel?
It's the bottom of the barrel with the torque. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's something with how they're holding the grip.
So is it actually a bone or is it? I would think it'd be a ligament that or are they just grinding it that hard that you're hitting the bone?
It's technically a bone, but I don't think I ever gripped a bat that hard to be able to do that.
Yeah, it was crazy though. The same injury, the same day to 3 different guys. Like I thought it was like fake news. I'm like, okay, like
right, what are the chances?
Like what's in the water? Yeah. And they're not like no names. They're like 3 studs, arguably the 3 best players on their respective teams.
Yeah.
No, you're right. 3 all-stars, basically.
Yeah. Which is never good for the game.
No.
So since we were talking about maybe we'll have baseball next year, maybe we won't. I'll tell you what's not going to help is the Players Association head quitting before he gets fired and goes to jail for a number of things, including hooking up with his sister-in-law, who also employed a couple of years ago. Like, why is the timing the timing of this couldn't be any worse? Like, somebody tell me about this. What's going to happen? Are we going to have baseball next year? I know that, because of salaries and all that, the Dodgers kind of screwing that up with these high salaries. Of course, it sounds like the Phillies are going to be giving away giving away money like like their Oprah, but it sounds like the Dodgers, just the full amount of money that's being mortgaged. I can't remember who it was. There was some like fifth best player. Is it Kyle Tucker? Kyle Tucker accounts for something like $107 million this year or next, something like that. Like the accumulation of something makes Kyle Tucker like $107 million, where that's more than what like 4 different teams, spend on an entire payroll just from this one guy who's like number 4 or 5 on the team. So
yeah,
all these factors. Are we having baseball next year? Why or why not?
It's tough to say. I mean, first of all, the guy in charge of all this, Tony Clark, he is a dog. Like, you say what you want about his ethics and his whatever you want to call it, but that man is a dog. I haven't looked too much into the story, but allegedly it was not only his wife's sister, but also his brother's wife. I still got to read more into it, but
Jesus.
So, and who's to know if it wasn't any more than that?
2 sister-in-laws?
Yeah.
Hey,
I think
so. Keep it in your pants, you keep it in the family, right?
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, this guy was like a serviceable MLB player, but like, don't quote me on it. It's just what my group chat said, but I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, and this was already headed, the labor talks were already headed for a lockout even before all this happened. Now the main guy that was supposed to be negotiating all this, trying to be between the union and the players and the owners, like, and now he's out of there. Now you have to ask who's going to be appointed. Like, are they going to have to be clued into everything? Have they been following along? Like, I mean, they really got to hope like this World Baseball Classic takes off and they have a hell of a year, because it's not looking too hot.
No, it's just, like you said, it was already looking towards a lockout, and the optics of this does not make it look any better. It doesn't look any more promising. And look, and if the season, to your point, if the season goes the way that it's shaping up to go, with the Dodgers just running roughshod against the whole National League and just doing what they need to do, like, I hate to say this, but like, hopefully somebody can compete with them in the National League. I don't think it's going to be the Phillies, and I sure as hell hope it's not the Mets. But I don't know who else can compete with them, to be perfectly honest with you. So,
hey, and
don't lean forward and say the Braves. Don't lean forward and say the Braves.
I was like, I agree with everything you just said. No, I don't think it's us. We already we lost all of our starting pitchers before like June, and now we've already lost number like 3 and number, I guess 6, if you want to call him number 6. We already lost 2 already, and it hasn't even started yet. But no, I think we're gonna need.
Who'd you lose already? Who got hurt?
Is it not Swellenbach?
Oh, Schwellenbach.
Yeah. And then somebody,
I think I saw that.
Guys that was going to compete for the 5th job. I can't remember who it was.
But Sale and Strider are still good for now?
Yeah, well, yeah, as of this very second, yes, they're just fine.
Yeah.
So let's.
I mean, I don't bank anything on for Sale, but I think Strider will be back.
I think we
Smith
need to.
Schwarber
Everybody
will be back at all this year. That AJ Smith Schwarber or whatever, you think he's coming back at all this year?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good, because he's on my injury. He's on my IL for fantasy. I kept him, so
I think
I have high hopes for him.
We may need to come together and at the trade deadline create like a super team. Everybody give up like your, like a top 10 player on your team and send them to like the Padres or something, and just something just to, just for some collusion, just to beat the Dodgers. If they keep
especially
winning,
if there's not going to be a season next year.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, it was. I don't think the fans took it very lightly when baseball was shut down before. The way that Americans are these days, I think it'll be even less likely that baseball can make a substantial comeback, and especially one quick, at least quick enough to pay these salaries. Is it possible that it doesn't come back the way that it is now?
I'd say it's possible, but I say as long as Shohei Ohtani is still in the league and still doing what he's doing, it's going to be tough to get eyeballs off just for fans of him. Like, he's just a phenomenon. I mean, he's the best player since Babe Ruth, and Babe Ruth played over 100 years ago. Like, it's going to be tough to really...
The thing that's going to cause it to be a problem is if they can't come to an agreement with, like, the media sharing rights and, like, the collective bargaining agreement in some capacity, your low income teams may have to fold. And then you go from having the amount of teams you have now down to like 24, 26, and then it makes the competitive balance is uneven. This could get dangerously like bad if they don't try to fix this in some capacity. But like, you're not going to be able to do a salary cap at this point. Like, what are you doing? Like, they tried to compete with not having a salary cap by doing a luxury tax, and then teams like the Dodgers and the Mets and even the Phillies and the Yankees, they're like, we'll be in the third level of the luxury tax. We don't care. So it didn't really help. They just said, we're just going to make more money and pay the tax. It's not that big of a deal. So like, something's got to change, but I don't know what you've done all this time in baseball without a salary cap. The Players Association is not going to agree to a salary cap, unless they can guarantee just, similar to what the NBA does, and it's guaranteed contracts, it's guaranteed money. As long as you can continue to do that, I'm sure the Players Association will come around to it. But what's that number? I mean, you have the Dodgers with their astronomical numbers right now, and then all this deferred money and everything else. Like, it's going to be tough, man. I'm glad that I don't get paid to figure that out, because that's way above my pay grade. I'm not even smart enough to even think about that stuff.
Amen. Let the boys play. Figure it out.
I don't think it's even feasible, like you said, to even do a salary cap because of what the ceiling would be. Like, what the hell does it matter if a cap is $2 billion? That's an unbelievable cap, because you can't go lower than what somebody already has out there. I think, this should have happened. Right. If it didn't happen 2 or 3 years ago, it's not going to happen now.
This should have happened 25. I mean, I feel like 25 years ago, I remember being in college and I debated like the whole baseball rosters and salaries and everything else, and how like A-Rod got paid more than what the Tampa Bay Devil Rays entire roster was that one year or whatever. And like we were talking back then, like baseball needs a salary cap. Yep. Like something needs to be done, and they never did it. And then now here we are again. Like, everybody was flying high and we were going good for a while, but now we're back at it again. And it'd break my heart if I lose baseball, because that's been my first love, just next to soccer, for my entire 48 years on this earth. And
the only way to get it back is to allow steroids back in and just juice up the game.
Yes, that's what we want.
Or have these guys play with metal bats. That's it. Bring it back with metal bats.
Aluminum bats and steroids. I want 600-foot home runs. I want them. I want out of every park in the whole league.
But we don't want to kill players.
Well, we'll put nets up. We already got nets up.
You have to wear nets up already. You have to wear a lacrosse helmet at some point.
Drago said it best: if he dies, he dies. It's all about the game.
If you're scared, get off the field.
Exactly. You knew what you signed up for when you jumped in between those white
Get
lines.
off the field.
You knew
Somebody else. I'll go
for.
out there. I'll pay. I'll do it.
What up, everybody? The Beard is here. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, the law offices of William P. Harrington. Credit card litigation, Chapter 7 bankruptcy, estate planning, estate administration, guardianships, they do it all. As a member, listener, follower, supporter of our network, they are offering you a 15% discount on these services. So if you are in the Pennsylvania or New Jersey area, schedule your free consultation today.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Just a few quick reminders for everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And check out our fellow podcaster, Jim Montgomery, with This Day in Philly Sports History. Thank you.
But let's say they do implement a salary cap. What do you say to the Marlins? What do you say to the A's? What do you say to the Rays? What do you say to all these low budget teams that are barely even making ends meet to field an organization?
Thanks for your contribution
Put up or shut up.
League baseball history. See you later.
You got a ceiling and a floor. I think, if you do a ceiling, you need a floor in there too. Other that, or it's like if you can't meet that floor, you don't get the media sharing rights. You lose out on.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yeah, I like the A's are lucky. They're going to a whole different state, whole different media market. So I think they can really this could help them almost. But the Rays and the Marlins, I can't even name a guy on the Marlins right now aside from Sandy Alcantara, my guy Yuri Perez. And that's where the list stops there.
Tapped out.
For Miami Marlins.
They're the only two players.
That's two more than I can name.
Yeah. What do you say to them? Those are two Florida teams as well. And you want to be able to, those are two desirable places to play where you don't have to worry about weather nearly as much.
You say, hey, go play hockey. Your hockey team's pretty good. That's what you say. It is what it is. You know what I mean? This is where the owners are partly to blame for this in these lower market teams, because it's not like they're broke. They own a major league, a professional sports team. They have money and they could put more money into their product to make more money, but they decide not to because they want to pocket it. That's part of the problem, right? And that's why
I wouldn't say partly. I would say almost mostly them.
Yeah.
They have the money to spend hundreds of millions of dollars. They just choose not to.
Correct. And then you have the other teams that throw that money back into their team and put a better product out on the field, hence getting fans in the stadium and making a profit. So you see it from both ends. So those lower end teams have nothing to blame but themselves. And the thing that it sucks for, as Chrissy said, it sucks for the fans. It sucks for the fans. That's who it's going to suck for ultimately. Because look, the players are guaranteed their money. So it's not going to be anything for the players to sit out a year. Yeah, it's going to suck that they lose a year in their prime, but I'm sure the $20 million salary will help cry those or dry those tears a little bit. It really sucks for the fans. You know what I mean? I got a 9-year-old son that's loving baseball right now. Now I got to explain to him that he's going to have to go a whole summer without having baseball. Imagine that. You know what I mean? He's growing up watching these guys, and you got to explain to these kids that are in their formidable years, finding out what heroes are in these sports, and then they don't get them for a year. They're not. Some of these kids may just turn away from baseball and go, "Screw it, I'll play soccer, or I'll play this, or I'll do this." You know what I mean? It sucks. It sucks for the fans.
That's what I meant. I don't mean just is baseball going to come back? Is it going to come back and be effective? If it takes too long for people to start liking, watching, subscribing to it, technically, it doesn't matter if it comes back. If you can't give the fans what they want. This is 2026. People are going to be very vocal about what they like and what they don't like. And if you're going to get bad media coverage, and I think baseball can be swept under the rug very quickly by America if we wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep. There's no better sport at shooting itself in the foot than baseball.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
So true.
We just got the pitch clock, the pace of play just got figured out in the last few years. What was the year where they changed the transfer rule, and then after one day they changed it back?
Yep.
Because there was so much uproar. Figure it out. Come on.
Yep. Yeah,
hopefully they don't change any drastic rule changes if they do end up finding a contract, because that might be something they look into too. Try to make something appealing by changing a rule that changes the game up completely or something.
Screw it, we're all just going to banana ball.
Yeah.
They already kind of started with the ghost runner on second to start extra innings.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
I still
make it
that.
fair.
I hate
make
that.
it fair for other teams.
As a baseball purist, I think it's the dumbest thing ever.
Agree. I totally agree.
How does that guy get there? Did he hit a double? Did he get a single, steal second? Did he reach on an error? Was there a pass ball?
The guy that does it is the guy that was the last person out of the last inning. So why are you rewarding him by giving him a free base? Like, why are you putting him on second base? He just got the out in the last inning.
Yeah.
It makes zero sense to me. Zero. And then as a Phillies fan, you knew that if that relief pitcher was coming in with a guy on second, especially last year, he's giving up a run. It's a guaranteed run. So you're going into the bottom of the 10th, down a run at least. It was ridiculous. Horrible. Horrible. It's the dumbest rule I think ever.
I suppose I get it. I think the idea behind the rule was trying to get small ball back into the game. Like, oh, you got no outs, but you advance him over now. Now you get 2 chances to score him from third. Like
I think it was trying the length of the game too. I think because some of those games were going to like 2, 3 in the morning, and
right.
Right. Then,
trust me,
then you change it back.
That's why they changed the
back in
rules
the playoffs.
Yeah.
I would agree with that, but I mean that's why they changed the overtime rules, like in college football and stuff like that. Like you had like 6, 7 overtime games that were taken forever because it's like literally like full possessions, and now you're just like, well, let's just trade 2-point conversions now. It's still going to have an exciting play, like the last play, every single play. You can still get a dozen of them in about 30 minutes, but every single play is the last play of the game, so it's exciting. And I think that's kind of what they were going for with baseball. It's let's not drag this 9-inning game into 14, and it's still like 2-2. Let's go ahead and get this decided quick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
they should go through the order one more time after the 9th. Just go through it one full time. Doesn't matter where you are, and then after that, if it's still tied, then you can throw the runner.
Or you treat it like what Paul said to college football. 2 or 3, like two extra innings, and if there's no runs, then you add a ghost runner on second or something like that. I mean, put them on second, though. Like I never understood why you put them on second. Just put them on first. Like if you want to give a free base, give a one free base. Why is he automatically in scoring position?
But they don't want that person to steal and then get caught stealing, and then they're like, well, you just screwed it up. They want him to be in scoring position, so a single wins it. A single will win it if you got a guy on second potentially. On first,
but if you want to go home, if you want to go home, why don't you just start with the bases loaded? Bases loaded, see what happens. Get out of this.
I like it.
That'll get the game over really quick.
Hey, you can just, be the Mariners and have one out and hit into a double every time.
have a swing off like they did in the All-Star game.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's what they should do.
Your two best batters, your two best batters get 5 pitches.
Yep. Go like hockey and soccer. Take your 3 best batters, throw them up.
And you could have that as a category: wins, losses, and walk off. Have that, playoff like the playoffs, like they do in hockey, shootouts.
I know we're coming up with hypotheticals, but if this lockout happens, they're going to have to come up with something to bring it back. So that might be something that's on the table.
For real.
Sure.
Oh, you definitely might find some gimmicky shit coming.
So mark it down.
I'd love to see some gimmicky shit just for a little bit, even if it doesn't work. And be like, hey, remember when they tried this coming out of there where they literally had like the mascots come out and start running the bases, That was your ghost man, your ghost man was the mascot. Or you had the freeze.
Who's your dude in Atlanta? Who's your dude in Atlanta? The freeze? Yeah, the freeze.
Yeah. Like the freeze is going to run the bases, and, Schwarber's going to hit, a ball, and Judge is going to have to throw out the freeze at home. Something something crazy. But I mean, if you want to get the fans back, you're going to have to get creative, I think, because the old school baseball fans, they're old and/or are dying or dead. So the new breed, which I think is led by really our generation, you need to get a combination of gimmick and old school rules and logic and stuff like that. It's going to be a combination, but finding that combination that works for the masses, I think, is going to be a thing. Speaking of that,
attention spans are shrinking.
Yes.
Yeah, like we're all goldfish. Like every 15 seconds is a whole new world.
Game season doesn't help either. I mean,
that's true.
People ask me all the time at the bar. They're like, "Oh yeah, how many Brewers fans do you see?" I'm like, I have 5 regulars that are there and will watch every single game that I can show in the bar. but all of a sudden, magically, 250 Brewers fans show up the second you hit playoffs. And I'm like, come on, you guys, seriously? Like, I'm out of market for my team, and I will watch all 162 games because I'm a diehard baseball fan that way. But everybody, I mean, there's only 82 games in an NBA season, and I don't see Bucks fans until it's playoffs. And then all of a sudden, it's Bucks in 6. And I'm like, I don't know any of you. I have not seen you at all for the last 7 months. And now all of a sudden you're showing up and you're magically this diehard Bucks fan.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on.
Hey, that's why we got to show up 30 or 40 minutes early to church every Christmas and Easter. I'm like, where are you creasters coming from here? I had to park I had to get the train to drop me off the tram to get here because none of you guys were here for the last 51 weeks. I don't know what happened, but you just kind of showed up.
Does anybody on this pod believe that Paul goes to church even on Christmas and Easter? No. Am I the only one that questions
my wife is a very devout Catholic. It's in my marriage.
I didn't say your wife.
In my marriage.
I will refrain.
Somebody's got to pray for you sinners. Come on now.
I don't want you praying for me, please.
That is one of the 5 rights of the First Amendment, freedom of religion. Therefore, I will be not commenting on other people's religious beliefs and or practices. So, forward it to my lawyer. Thank you.
Hey, tell me if it doesn't work or not. So we're in a spirited conversation about an hour ago with one, I don't even know what Patty's last name, don't matter, with Patty about LeBron and Michael. All of a sudden, once his points start going sideways and people start getting heated, what happens? Sweet Lord Baby Jesus turns his phone off, and Patty is no more. We end the conversation. I'm just telling you. So, I do want to get into one other kind of sort of topic before we get to a little lame or gain. But I want to talk some NBA here. Since we were just talking about, you're going to have to keep the fans engaging and things like that. NBA has absolutely lost the fans, and for good reason, with the All-Star game, with the lack of effort over the last, it is absolutely just a domino, just spiraled down over the last decade. So they kind of switched it up a little bit with this World versus the 2 U.S. teams. And the first play of the first game, Wemby takes it, goes coast to coast, and just rams it through. And I think from them on, that kind of set the tone. I didn't watch it while it was going on. I was somewhere else. But I watched it, the whole thing yesterday with my son. I was entertained the whole time. Talk to me.
My first, why 4:00 in the afternoon? Why did we start everything so early this year?
That part I was so
thrown back. When I'm looking at 4:00 on the West Coast is when they're starting the 3-point competition, the skills competition, and all that stuff on Saturday. I remember 7:30 at night last year watching Tyler Hero in the 3-point competition.
Yes.
My time. I got
an alert.
I
got an alert on my phone saying that Dame won the 3-point contest, and it was 6:30. And I go, what?
And you didn't even realize that it started yet. You were like, wait, what? All-Star Weekend started?
I had no idea it started. Number one. Number two.
I looked up at a TV at the bar, and I'm like, what?
With a torn Achilles, why is Dame Lillard shooting 3-pointers? Why is he are we really that hard up? And then Steph comes out and says, well, next year I'm going to get in it and we'll have Dame. It'll be me. I'm going to try to get Clay. Well, can you make sure that you're not injured? Why is Dame coming out there and beating people with a torn Achilles? He hasn't even played a game all year, I don't think, right? What are we doing? But yeah, I got an alert that said 6:30 and I'm like, what? What is this? Why did this already happen? I thought for sure it was wait a minute, they're showing me something from 2 years ago. No, he legit won this year. And I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the format of the All-Star game. I guess I should have did better research going into it. I was entertained until the last game where the OGs just kind of lost all their steam. But I was blown away by Kawhi Leonard scoring 31 points in basically a quarter.
He was missing for a while there. He was missing there, yeah.
Shooting pebble into an ocean, man. It was just he was making it.
Yeah, everything he was throwing up was going in.
Everything.
Yeah, I got it on now. He's getting buckets right now. But I didn't even realize it was All-Star Weekend until Thursday. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah. It's already the All-Star Weekend? The Super Bowl just happened. Yeah. It just snuck up on me. I was a little preoccupied the last few months.
Yeah, so the one thing I wanted to see was the Rising Stars Challenge, and I didn't even know that was on.
Yeah, well, I didn't know it was only on
Peacock, though. I think it wasn't on.
Yeah.
I couldn't. They did round robin for that as well.
Yeah, it's so and like they didn't do a good enough job.
He gets me to record it every year. But yeah, it was only on Peacock. But the celebrity game was on like NBC or whatever.
Oh, and that was
stupid
terrible.
Celebrity game on.
Talk about
versus
boring.
The Rising Stars.
Oh my God,
it made no sense. Because the Rising Stars was pretty competitive, and it was fun to watch too. They did the same kind of round robin thing, and I mean, I think they took a step forward where we got some effort. So I think we got the biggest hurdle covered. But obviously, like, what was the fourth? I wasn't actually expecting this, but I understand it now. Every single one of you, first thing you mentioned was, yeah, it was competitive, but the timing, and everybody had their own qualms about the timing. So it's not like we're in a bubble here. We aren't the only ones that are going to feel this way. I think there are some other things. You're right. I mean, I used to record it all the time because it would, like, the final, like the dunk finals, be like, for our time on the East, it's like 11 something. I was like, Saturday night.
Well,
I'm recording it because I don't know if I'm going to remember what I just saw.
I'm glad you said the word dunks.
I mean, first of all, it started at 5:30. Yeah. Second of all, Max dunks that he put up on Instagram that he would have done had he been in the competition were just sick. Nobody could have touched them.
Yeah, instant 200.
That.
Can we?
Instant 200.
Those are nice.
Yeah.
Can we just say right now that, like, the reason why we all used to tune into the All-Star game in All-Star Weekend was for the dunk contest. Now, I don't think any of us care.
3-point and dunk contest. Those are my two. Yeah. I love watching the 3-point competition. That's a blast.
I don't think any of us care anymore about that dunk contest. They might as well not even have it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Once Blake Griffin jumped over a car, the dunk contest lost me until Mac came back, and then I loved watching Mac did it, and then
Yeah. Blake Griffin needed to jump over the middle of the car, not the hood of the car.
Right.
That would have been something.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you.
I think pre-Kardashian he probably could have done that, but that was in the prime of the Kardashian sequence, wasn't it? So like he probably couldn't jump over the middle of the car.
Hey, pre-Lana Rhodes, and a shout out to anyone who knows who that is in real life. But Kyle, you made a great point with back when last week we were talking about the skills competition with football. We just want to see these guys throw balls as far as they can. We want to see guys put up as much as they can, run as fast. Same thing with basketball. We want to see these guys jump through the roof to dunk this. We want to see them make 23s or whatever. It's not that complicated.
No.
And it shouldn't be that hard to find guys that'll be like, sure, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, how about first prize, $5 million? LeBron, you want to finally do it? Come on.
Yeah.
That's why I'm hoping.
For as much as I hate him, I would love to see.
I'm hoping Steph gets all these guys coming out next year for the 3-point competition, because like there's always, and look, I'm a Maxey guy. I'm a Sixers guy, but Maxey should not have been in the 3-point contest. He makes them during the games, but he's not a 3-point contest guy. Like, you got to have guys that can actually shoot. You know what I mean? Consistently. And he's not historically a 3-point shooter. I want the best 3-point shooters to ever play in the game that are still in the game in that 3-point contest. So Steph, Dame Lillard, get Clay out there. I don't care who else you want to get. I mean, Tyler Herro's a previous winner. Get him out there, right? Like, get guys that have previously won. Or take the last 5 or 6 winners of the 3-point contest and get them in it. So it's like a battle of the legends, right? A battle of past winners. Because they're going to put up points.
Yeah.
Battle of champions.
I want to see
retired players. I know Paul Pierce would love to still do it.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Well, that was like that. What was it? The scoring or the skills thing with the New York teams and all those other teams. Like, they always bring back one legend
that had retired player,
quote unquote, right? Yeah. So like, do that for the 3-point contest. I like that idea. You know what I mean? Bring back a legend from that team to be your teammate.
To be your previous. It should be your previous 4-year winners, the best 3-point shooter currently in the NBA if they're not one of those, and then one retiree. There's your 6.
Love it.
I think that'd be great.
I like it.
And it should be a retiree from whatever city you're in, right? That would be cool. That'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be awesome. There you go, Kyle. Pop that in. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be sweet. But imagine like a dunk contest with like LeBron,
and you know what
Ja Morant.
You know what would have been perfect? That would have been Chris Paul for this one. Chris Paul retired over the weekend. You could have had him in it. That was his home stadium forever, and he literally that would have been his swan song. Last thing I'm doing is be in front of the fans by fans that he was, that he saw for a decade. That would have been awesome.
That would have been
Somebody
awesome.
Find that hot tub time machine and let's go get this done.
It would have been justice for CP3 too. He got done dirty by the Clippers.
He did.
Dirty.
He did. Twice.
It's a shame. He's never won a title, and he'll always get crap for not winning a title, but he's still one of the best point guards I've ever seen, ever. I still remember him. It was him and Darren Williams coming out when he was at Wake Forest, and Darren Williams was at Illinois, I believe.
Yep. You are correct.
Yeah.
Illinois.
You talking about that Illinois team that Carolina beat?
I believe so. Yeah.
I'm not trying to make this about me, though. Let's not make this about me.
You shouldn't, because after that game tonight,
let's go ahead and let's Zipper Wolf. Let's make this about me.
Before we make it about you, Paul, did you forget to do something before we make it about you?
John,
I didn't know if we did
pretty sweet hair.
In the previous episode counts or not.
Do you stop by?
I guess we could do it again.
Hair Studios.
I should. I need a trim. I do need a trim.
Next time you're in the Lancaster
4
area,
inches cut.
Yep, go see Lean at Sparrow Hair Studio and get that mop on top of your head cut. You look like a little poodle right now.
I have to do that.
And I'm definitely going to take advantage of Lotwin's custom 3D chains, because I got my tickets for my Mariners Brewers in August, and I'm going to get that 2025 AL MVP made for Cal Raleigh and hopefully hand it off to him. So, if you need your own custom 3D chain made, head out over to Lotwin and check that out. LOTWIN. Use the code TCCPOD for 10% off.
Boom.
Get your own
Love
custom
it.
3D chain made.
Love
Kyle,
it. And since we led off the whole pod talking about Philadelphia, so tune in to This Day in Philadelphia sports history with none other than my big brother, the less handsome Montgomery brother, Jim Montgomery, where he takes you down a trip memory lane of Philadelphia sports, the good, the bad, and, well, let's be honest, mostly the bad, because we don't have a lot of good in Philadelphia. Recently,
a lot of bad.
A lot of bad.
A lot of bad.
He's actually doing a spotlight this whole month on Black History Month, and he's doing one on Black History Month and then Philadelphia Black History Month. So it's actually a pretty good listen. So you should tune in and get a little snippet of history there, buddy.
Yeah, little Tar Heel the other day. Little Rasheed Wallace was on.
There you go. Smoking Joe Frazier
on the podcast.
Joe Frazier got a shout out. It's good stuff.
Does he take requests? Like, how many times on February 17th in the history of sports have the Bruins and the Celtics beat the Flyers and the Sixers, respectively?
He would. He would research that.
Does he take those requests?
You should send him a message. He would definitely
he could find
that
it
and tell you. Yep.
Hell yeah. Love that. Let's go.
Fun fact, John Stanley, my favorite basketball player of all time is, in fact, Rasheed Wallace.
There's not too much to hate with Rasheed. He wears his heart on his sleeve. I always love that. Intense basketball player right there.
You just got a technical.
He's got one of the best.
You just got a technical.
One of the best. Yeah, one of the best lines that gets you.
What do you play for me? You're calling timeout?
Ball don't lie. We wouldn't have ball don't lie.
He just doesn't care. Yeah. What was it? What was it last year? Because he's a Chiefs fan, which is weird because he's from Philly and he's a diehard Chiefs fan. He was wearing a Chiefs jersey somewhere around, and somebody called him out in the city, and he basically went off on him. Basically, was like, "Shut the hell up! Get out of my face!" He didn't care.
Yeah, the 7-foot guy just talking, not talking crap to this guy that could literally kill you.
The best technical foul he ever got was when he just stared at the ref. He just stared at the ref. He didn't say a word to him. Stared at the ref, and the ref teed him up. He didn't even say anything to him. He just looked at him, and the ref teed him up. That's when you know, you're just an intimidating dude. You know what I mean? The ref was like, "I've had enough of you."
Yeah.
He's the nicest guy. He was so nice when I met him. He was so nice.
He's a high school basketball coach.
What I would
North
do
Carolina
to get Paul and Rasheed Wallace in the same room.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Well, let's wind this down, and let's go through another episode of Lame or Game. Did he get trivia with it? Did he, being myself? Did he digs? It's just trivia.
I'm still waiting for where the dig is.
Well, I didn't say it was like supposed to be a dig. It rhymes. Did you watch the episode last week, Christy? Did you see what I showed?
I did. I absolutely did see what you showed. I saw the boxing glove.
Yes. So this week, since in honor of some of the U.S. Happenings over there in Italy, our ice hockey teams are doing pretty well, both men's and women's. No, I do not have anything for the Miracle on Ice. Instead, I have a Clark W. Griswold autographed jersey by Chevy Chase.
Oh, wow. That's definitely a game. I think that's a game.
That's a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't a big Christmas Vacation fan, but stuff like that I can always appreciate.
What? I think that you are the first person I'd ever heard say that. I think
Ben's young.
Hey,
Ben's
I'm not
young.
saying it's not good. I'm just saying it's not my thing. Like,
oh my God, what's your favorite? What's your go-to?
Elf is definitely up there. That's one. I love Santa Claus. Those movies with Tim Allen.
They're classics.
I mean, Grandma got run over. Home Alone, yeah, have to. Home Alone 1 and 2. Don't even talk to me about 3 because they should have just never made that, whatever that is.
Yep.
Well, don't forget, Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Yes.
That's right. Anyone who says otherwise they just don't like Christmas. They're Scrooges. I don't know what to tell them. Yep.
Can't believe you don't like National Lampoon.
I think that's just going to end it for us. Anybody got any last words here before we try and land this plane?
Ben not liking
I just want to say hyaluronic acid. Does anybody know what I mean by hyaluronic acid? Has anybody heard this story? Can we end on this because this is some dumb shit?
Yeah.
No.
Hyaluronic acid.
The Olympic ski jumping controversy that they were getting hyaluronic acid injected into their junk to make it bigger for their scans so that they would have more material in their suits for better flying off the ski jump. I just want that dumb joke. Yep.
So one thing's for sure.
What's it called again?
When our producer cuts this and figures out a title, I think we just got our title by you saying that. That's the title of the episode right there.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Hyaluronic acid.
Hyaluronic acid. Done.
Get the Olympians more condoms and figure out whoever designs all of these uniforms.
I
mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying for the sake of privacy for all these people, like, come on.
Can we talk about the curling controversy, Paul? Do you want to touch on the curling controversy?
Oh yeah, like the extra
with the cheating scandal,
the poking.
Yeah, extra,
all the extra little poking.
What are your thoughts on that? Being the expert curler of the staff.
Well, I can tell you that there is no controversy with the U.S. We have substantially behind my tutelage and my support have really taken a step forward in curling this Olympics. So I will start with that. As for the other countries like Sweden and Canada, our friends up north, I don't know what the deal is. Like, you spend all this time and then you got like these, it's the same thing as these juicers ruining it for everybody. That extra poke, man, you're just trying to get whatever you can. I do love the on ice aggression that it brings out, that it did bring out when caught. I thought that was pretty cool because that was not quiet at all.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure NBC wasn't ready for that.
There's something about getting cursed out with the Canadian accent, right? There's something about hearing somebody. Yeah, I was going to say with the Canadian accent.
Kyle, I was laughing so hard.
Yep.
He called him a hoser. He called him a hoser. He's like, this is a hoser.
You're a hoser, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Those are fighting words up north.
Right there. That's the equivalent of an F-bomb in Canada is getting called a hoser.
Yeah.
Or a wanka in England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was good.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, even though it's against whatever broadcasting laws, you just start dropping expletives, you are going to get eyeballs on your product no matter what.
Yeah, people will be talking about curling.
100%.
Any
It was
press
well
with
worth
curling
it.
is going to be positive press. Yes, I support it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
As an ambassador for the sport, I support it.
It's nothing like those 4-letter curse words.
Love it.
The Adonis ambassador.
Well, I think I'm going to just about do her. My iPad's about to die as well. So I don't patty this thing up. Let's go ahead and ride on.